Hello, everybody. I completely fucked everything up there. I realised the little audio interface wasn't on. I realised I hadn't moved the microphone into the right position. Oh god, okay. I think I should be fine now. I had a Scotch egg in my mouth. You know, all the professional things that you expect from me. I was doing. Ah, okay. Hello. How is everyone doing? I hope you're all okay. Thank you very much to Longfang for the resub. Thank you very much, my friend. And thank you for the host there, Hobby. Oh. Oh, your chair. That's not my chair. That was me moving the arm into place. It's got my mic on it. It's a little creaky, which you wouldn't normally know because I don't move it around while I'm using it generally. Because normally I'm a little bit more prepared. Apologies. I need to finish this Scotch egg. Why are you playing this? Okay. Right, so backstory. I like Transformers. Transformers video games exist. There's the backstory. No. So there is over the years they have made a handful of Transformers games. Surprisingly few in the 80s, 90s. There's I think it's a Commodore 64 game. Oh, thank you, Tempestus. Thank you. There's Scotch egg ASMR. Yeah, here we go. It's just squishy and horrible. So they released a handful of games. And most of them aren't particularly well regarded. Of the early ones, anyway. The ones I actually genuinely really want to play got delisted from Steam ages ago, so the only real sensible way to play them is to just go and buy a physical copy, which is War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron. I know there's Rise of the Dark Spark as well, but that's not as well regarded. And there's Devastation. I actually really want to play Devastation, but I need to go and find a physical copy of it that's not a stupid price. By Digital Sync on Amazon. Oh, I didn't know they were on there. Okay. I shall have a look and see if they're reasonable. Again, sorry for munching. But what I'm going to do today is play a couple of the old ones that I could get running. Because I do have one other one, but it's for the Famicom Disk System, which is a game based on the Headmasters cartoon, which for people who haven't got the same brainworms as me, the Headmasters was the Japanese-only series that happened after the Generation 1 cartoon that continues the story of the Generation 1 cartoon, and it's focused around it's named after the Headmasters, which are a little robots from the planet in that version. Little robots, I believe, from the planet Master, who become the heads of bigger robots, which are called. Some of them are lifeless robots. They're not like Cybertronians that are alive. They're these lifeless robots that become alive when the little head attaches to them, and they're called transtectors, if I remember correctly. Okay. Oh. Okay. The last bit of Scotch egg has been placed in mouth. Okay. Very welcome, Cyborg. I enjoy the shirt very much. It is very silly. You have the PS2 game with a horrible dub. I do not. That's based on Armada, right? Because it's all about collecting minicons. God, I could only get like... I got like 3 episodes through Armada. I know a lot of people have like real nostalgia for the Unicron trilogy series. But man, those are rough to go into with zero nostalgia. It's bad. You see one of my first Transformers. You see, I'm old, so I just watched G1 like when I was a kid. I mean, granted, it came, that started before I was born. But it was still being shown on TV a lot then. No, there's a G1 game on the PS2 that is bad. Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that one. My knowledge of the video games in their totality is a bit patchy. I shall look into that. How goes the RX-78? I have only done the leg so far. I haven't had any time to put any more into it. I was probably going to start on the other leg and hopefully get that. I want to get that and the waist done so I can amuse myself by having a pair of legs running around the table. I'll probably try and get that done later tonight, actually. Okay. Anyway, so let us begin with a somewhat notorious game, which was, given a bit of a... I think a lot of people are only aware of it because of the angry video game nerd, which is The Mystery of Convoy, which is apparently quite bad, but I have never actually played. Shockingly, I've played some right shit. Like gone out and sought after like a lot of the notoriously bad stuff. This isn't going to be the whole thing. I'm probably only going to play this for like 5 minutes because I know it's bad. But I want to experience it, and I'll take you all with me. So let's do this. Just ignore the fact where my emulator is yelling at me for a second. Yes, it's fine. Ah, no. Press the wrong thing. There we go. God, I'm on form today. What's going on there? Thank you for the bits. New edition of the Star Wars joke book. The third member is just the script for it. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, Cyborg. Okay. Okay. Let me just... I'm not prepared at all today. Even my chair is in the wrong position. What the fuck am I doing? Okay. Here we go. Okay. So we're playing as Ultra Magnus. Fuck me. All right. Okay. Oh no, he just turns into a dude. Okay. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Oh, pushing. Oh. Oh man. Oh boy. Okay, I don't like that flashing. I don't like that flashing. Okay. You know what? Let's just... Oh. Wait, can I... My shots go over their head when they're in that form. I guess I just gotta avoid them? Okay, I want to get away... Don't make me create a save state just there. Oh, I was hoping I could just go underneath them. That ping is horrible. Oh. What is this? Wait, why can't I transform now? Why does that button not do anything now? Why? Why is... Okay. Give me a second. Okay, I've created a save state. What? There is just no good time to be had here. Oh, I can shoot up. Weird. Oh. I'm gonna do something radical. Oh no, the emulator crashed. Oh no. Oh no. Oh Jesus. Oh, I guess we gotta move on. I guess we gotta move on. Wow, that is wow. Wow. I knew it was bad, but that is... I was not prepared. I was not prepared for exactly how shockingly bad that would be. I thought I'd get a little bit more play out of that, but yeah, even I don't want to fucking go near that. Right then, let's play another video game that is probably going to be equal. Well, okay, it probably won't be quite as bad. I'm going to play the Beast Wars PlayStation 1 game. And if this isn't half good, then I'm gonna have to, you know, play something else, I guess. By the way, I also know this is bad. I love that people are saying no. Hello, Takara.
Cannons to full power.
Shields are doing a major fade.
We're going down.
couldn't afford the original voice actors then, could they?
Yes, the planet has energy.
Yes.
Too much energon. Continued exposure to unaltered forms will result in permanent damage.
Create alternative forms based on the most powerful local creatures.
Scanning and replication of local life forms complete. You may emerge.
I like how it doesn't have the voice actors,
If they ever get enough, they could
doesn't
conquer
have the
galaxy.
music, but it has the video. Do I need to explain Beast Wars to anyone? I assume I don't have to explain Beast Wars. It's one of the ones everyone knows. Well, this sure is a bunch of Beast Wars. Is Grimlock in this? Not in the show. There is a Grimlock Beast Wars toy that is a recolor of... oh, hey, look, it's J Pegatron. Yeah, there is a Beast Wars Grimlock, and it's a recolor of Dinobot. Which is a thing, and he's been in some comics, I believe. So this is a title screen. No, don't spoil it for me. Get out of here, Smegatron. I ain't interested in you.
Select key.
Ooh, so are we gonna play Maximals or
Maximal.
Predacons?
Predacon.
Maximal.
I'm probably gonna go Maximal so that I can play as Dinobot. At least for now.
Start mission.
At least I hope I can play as him.
Options. Control configuration. Audio configuration. Configuration.
Okay.
Control
Sure.
configuration.
It's
Start
probably
mission.
fine. Okay. How's the audio levels? Is this too loud for everybody? Because it seems kind of loud. Oh, bless you, long fact. Yeah, no, I totally would have bought a Devastation for myself a long time ago. If it wasn't, like, just off shelves. Okay, I'll turn this down a smidge. I broke it. I unbroke it. Tarantula's Predacon chief scientist has overrun Rhinox's base and reprogrammed the defenses. Maximal technical blueprints must not fall into Predacon hands. Okay. So we can be Optimus, the
Dinobot.
Cheetah, Dinobot,
Rhinox.
Rhinox, with his very, very square gun. Okay. Oh, can't be Rat Trap. It's not in this level. Okay. Well, maybe Dinobot, because he's the best. Obviously. Okay. Very, very PlayStation 1 looking. Okay, we have jump. We have shoot. We have nothing. And we have beast mode. Cool. R1 and R2 make me strafe. Well, R2 and L2 rather. That alters the camera. Okay. Okay, I'm already being assaulted by jackasses. Okay. Okay. We got ourselves an auto-targeting thing here. This is not looking good. So one assumes we are on Cybertron. Okay, so I'm just going to be assaulted from all corners. Alright. Okay, okay. This is the place where I am now. Okay. I'm glad they've got AstroTurf on Cybertron. It would have felt weird if they didn't. Okay, I'm gonna guess that hurts me if I stick my dick in it. Do you open? No? Okay. I see a red thing. Red thing good? Maybe? Red thing good. Oh, okay. Leave me alone for just 1 second. Just 1 second. Just let me get my bearings. Without being fucking assaulted by exploding scorpions. It's too much. It's too much.
Warning, energy low.
God, no wonder they all left Cybertron. It's fucking awful. Oh, I thought... It's hard to tell if something's a robot or, like, an environmental hazard. Oh no, I failed the mission.
Start mission. Rhinox.
Okay, let's play as a different character.
Optimus.
What does Energon mean in this context?
Rhinox.
And why does Rhinox have less of it?
Rhinox.
I remember Dinobot's death much differently. Yeah, it would make sense if that... Oh, I think... Okay, so I've got more health. Oh, God almighty. Stop this. Stop this. Please. Oh, he can lock on to multiple things at once. Cool. For the given value of cool. Oh, PlayStation 1 games. Oh. I feel like there's something I can do with a button that will, because it would look like the little pink bar or lilac bar. Ah, dickhead, leave me be. Where are you? There we go. Ooh. He dropped a thing. Looks like health. Ah. Let's just make sure. There's nothing else that I am going the right way. It does, unfortunately, seem to be the case that I am. Right. Okay. Right, so I'm about to get assaulted from every which way, so... Okay. Right, well that place I got dided very quickly, so let's just poke this way. Oh. I do love it when you are at the mercy of a targeting system that you have no real control over. It's always very cool. Oh, I got that. Whatever that was. I assume... Is that a key? Because there was 3 doors and I apparently already had 1 key. So is that like the other key I didn't have? Maybe?
Warning.
Oh. I couldn't really judge where the kill box was there. So, you know, Rhinox? Death by Steam. Death by Steam. Oh yeah, as someone mentioned, yeah, my dudes are actually dead. Well, I guess we'll kill all the Maximals and then we'll try the Predacons and get all those guys killed. I did forget to turn into a robot, into a my beast mode, didn't I? As Rhinox, oh well.
Beast mode.
Look at this monkey. He looks so shit. Okay. Okay. Oh, they can all do the multi-fire thing. Okay. Okay. I didn't try it before. Okay. Oh shit, Destroy. Thank you very much for the 32 months. Thank you very much. Where the fuck? Return, bastards. The dislocated shoulder beast mode. Hey, now, you know, say what you like about the animation in Beast Wars, but I do really like how, with Optimus and Megatron especially, they really took the time to make their transformations actually work like the toys, like on the like 3D models. I think the way to play this game is just to never ever be near an enemy for any reason. Just always try and stay far enough away from them that nothing can hurt you. Oh, it is really weird that no one has like melee weapons or anything. Okay. Is this supposed to be Cybertron? I believe so, yes. Okay, right. I just want to test my theory of is that thing one of the keys for one of the other doors. Huh. It was maybe not a key for another door. It was a key for making the game crash. Interesting. Interesting. A novel feature. A novel feature. I would not have thought of that, but they did. They did. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we'll load it up again just because, you know, we want to see what the Predacons have got, you know? We've got to see their Megatron, you know? We've got to see how they do that. And we don't need to see this again. Okay.
Select key.
Predacon. Start mission.
Maximum Chief Engineer. Oh, so now I've got to invade the base? Is this just going to be the same thing, but the other way around? Look. Cube head iguana hand. That is beautiful. Scorponok.
Inferno.
Inferno. Inferno's pretty great.
Tarantulas.
Tarantulas. Oh, no Black Arachnia. Huh. We're going to go with Megatron. Because I don't know if you noticed, but like the Beast Wars toys I most like are... Oh no, it is different. It is different. I mean, it's probably going to be the same bullshit, but
Beast mode.
I want to see his beast mode. They tried. I'm not actually sure what the utility of beast modes are. I guess you move faster, so you can probably avoid fire like that, but then you're just gonna get like, oh, hello. All right. Energon is hazard in levels. What? What? Oh. Okay. I hit the green thing. Okay. Can I just go over the walls? No. I guess that disabled the energy gate. This looks much worse to control than the PS1 Army Men games. You know, I have never actually played those. I hear they are fucking terrible. It might be a thing of the emulation, but I can't. I've not had much luck getting analog sticks working. It might be my controller. It just doesn't like it because it's like maybe a little too new. But apparently this does support analog sticks in some variety. Like I saw something in the options. Okay, I would prefer that you were not doing that, sir. Oh. You know what everyone likes about Transformers? It's the like random robots that are not really shaped like oat. They don't like the big Cybertronian robots at all. They're not a big fan of them. You're losing pink bar. It has gone down. Although what with? Oh, hello. Hello. I'm assuming down there is back. Oh. Please be gone. Okay. Oh, shit. That's what the Energon... Oh, okay. So that's what you meant. Okay. It's their way of A, giving you a reason to go into beast mode, and B, replicating the whole thing from the show where they're on a planet, which may or may not be Earth, spoilers, that has like a lot of Energon deposits, and so it means they can only spend so long in their regular robot modes before they have to turn into their beast modes to like protect them from like an overabundance of Energon. And so that's the reason to go into beast mode, is because you're I presume you just fucking die or something if you love how bored he sounds. If you just like run down your pink bar. They need protection. Did you say terrorize? I believe so. I wasn't paying attention then. Okay, did that... Yeah, that took down that one. How do I get over there? I assume I'll just die, because that jump with the weird hitch on the end is not going to be far enough. Unless I can do it really far over distance. Oh, maybe. Maybe. It's got quite a lot of... okay. Okay. Yeah, alright. Let's play with Inferno, because it won't let me play as Waspinator, so, you know. Can I, like, hover? Like, it makes sense, because, like, Inferno can just literally fly with his rocket butt.
Inferno, terrorize.
What?
Beast mode.
Beast mode.
Inferno, terrorize.
Inferno, terrorize. That is the least enthused I have ever heard Inferno. Like, Inferno's fucking great. Keeps calling Megatron his queen. It's fucking great. I do kind of now have a desire to design an incredibly cursed shirt that has Inferno on it and Yas Queen written on it. Which I probably shouldn't do. Okay, okay. It doesn't. It's. I understand why I can't fly, but like, if you don't want me to fly, don't put in characters who can fly. Well, it looks like you can do some kind of weird hop, skip, and a jump. Peculiar. Oh, I'm being pelted from the rear. Would that be like the Scorpion that's there's a okay. There's a weapon for an action master that's a Scorpion. I forget what it's called offhand. Play that shit now. Oh, maybe actually. Oh, I can jump way further in beast mode. Okay, okay, that's probably what I'm supposed to do. See, we're working it out. His move running does amuse me greatly. We'll say. Ah, you get some fucking air off that. All right. Okay. There we go. Oof, oof. Okay. Okay. All right. Who are shooting at me and why? They are shooting at me. And why? I guess it's because I'm a Predacon. So I've unlocked this area. It feels like that jump should like set, because your tail starts to do, well, his thorax starts to spin like it does when he can fly in the show, so it makes you think like that's gonna do a thing. I'm very confused by this. Like, what does it exclude? Oh, I'm gonna fall off that way. So that's just instant death. Oh, that drops down there. Okay. I didn't notice that. There we go. That makes sense. That's on me. That's not on the game. Ants can't climb walls. No, not on Cybertron. Wait a minute. They all adopt not only their beast forms, but their names that are based off their things when they're on Earth. Like, Inferno is literally a... Oh, that's not a good jump to be doing platforming with. None of these should be here like this. They should only... Unless this is supposed to be Earth? What does the green do? Oh my goodness. It was a teleporter, I guess. Oh. My goodness. Oh. Fucking hell. Fucking hellfire. Okay, and that appears here, so I guess I've got to get back up there? Okay. Oh. I jumped a fraction too late, and it's very unforgiving of where the edge of that thing is. Oof, okay. One more shot. Let's go with Tarantulas, because if I go with Scorponok, I'll just be disappointed that it's not G1 Scorponok. Who is far cooler. I do like how in the show Tarantulas is just like a fucking serial killer. Like, it's just like, no, it's fine. He's just got his own fucking agenda, and his agenda is being a fucking weirdo. Maybe this is supposed to be Earth, because that is Earth's moon. And the intro does show the intro to the show where they come to Earth, so it would make sense. This has the energy of the fake game they'd have on the background of a 90s sitcom. I get that. Is he as bad as Armada Shock Blast? I wouldn't know. I have not watched Armada yet. It should tell you something about my priorities that I have watched cyber missions before I have watched Armada. Or more accurately, since I've watched more than 3 episodes of Armada. But Shock Blast is Shockwave, right? Armada is regarded as the good one of the Unicron trilogy. Oh, well, I stopped watching after 3 episodes because it was unwatchable. So, oof. You need some moral support to watch Armada, right? Yeah, I cannot deal with okay. Oh, that's a good Tarantula's voice. No, really. Oh. It crashed. Have you considered watching the Armada Japanese dub? You see, I would. The game's crashed. I'm just going to ignore that and just move on to talking about things. I would watch the Japanese dub, but the problem is I already have an absolute metric fuckton of Transformers series to watch that are entirely in Japanese. Like Beast Wars 2nd, Beast Wars Neo, Headmasters, Super God Master Force, and Victory. And I don't want to add any more to that. Because I've been going through these like whilst I've been doing stuff generally, because I don't have like time to sit down and watch 1,000 episodes of Transformers, but I can watch them in the background whilst I'm doing other things, you know. Like just be aware that whenever I'm getting work done on like a video, I'm probably watching Transformers in the background for like the next few months. So yeah, I can't really do that with ones that are subbed. I have to watch those properly, so I'm trying to keep those to a minimum. So anyone that's got like a dub, I'm gonna watch the dub. I might even watch the dub of the Headmasters, which is notoriously bad. But yeah, the emulator's trying to tell you something. I think they might be. Can we get context for M. Pregatron? No. The Headmaster's dub is a thing of beauty. I watched a supercut of stuff from it the other day, and it was great. All right, so I don't have a plan now. I was hoping the 2 games that I played would have a bit more to them. So, now I have to think of what I actually want to do for the rest of the thing. I don't have the Armada game, and neither do I have a PS2 emulator to be able to get it via other means. I have heard it's good. Okay. You know, if I'd have thought about this, what I could have done is I could have set up. Oh, maybe I should do. I can't do this now, obviously. I could do a version of the Transformers name guessing game that I've done with Snipe with you folks. I'd have to set that up real carefully though. Also, I suspect too many of you know too much about Transformers to be able to do it. Do you have War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron? I don't know. Which is very annoying to me. I would like to get them, but it is a pain. Speaking of which, I actually got a few Transformers today. Fuck it. Do you want me to impromptu show you the Transformers that I've got over the last like 2 days? None of them are big or impressive, but that might be a fun thing. Give me 1 second, because I need to go grab the light because it's in another room. Bright light. Okay. Let me clean this up a little bit. Okay, let's see how well this works. Pop. Oh wow, under this light, that desk looks fucking foul, doesn't it? Wow, that really does just highlight every little mark on this mouse mat and the dust. Oh god, okay. Fucking hellfire. Okay, right, let me get the things. know what I should do? Let's make this slightly less bad. By where's my thing? Let's put us into a suitably Cybertronian thing, and it looks less messy like this. Oh, you can just see the little Kirby down here. Yes, the left tube lights. Okay, so here's some fun weird shit. So this is something that Snipe actually got me, which is, can we focus? Are we gonna focus? There we go. Look how small this is. This is from one of those little sets where it's like lots of small toys, like old retro toys and stuff. And she got the one that had a Starscream in it, and it's got the little bit on the back slides off so that you can take him out, and he's got a little stand, and he's just a really tiny Starscream, which is adorable and cute. Obviously doesn't transform, has no articulation, but would you expect it that small? But yeah, that's just really cute. Also has the on the back of the thing, has the classic mural art that they used to have on the back of them, which is very cool. It's a very cute little thing. Put it in the right way around. I also got two things from a pound shop, which is a fucking little PVC Grimlock. The other ones look quite bad, but the Grimlock looks alright. Isn't he cute? Because Grimlock always looks cute anyway. Like, Grimlock's just the best character. He's just the best one. I mean, it might be because I haven't read the Marvel Comics ones where he's a bastard. I've only seen him on TV, where he's always great. Like, G1, especially after he becomes a comic relief character in season 3, and through the movie technically. And then he just becomes a comic relief character, and I actually love that. Normally that'd bother me, but Grimlock works so well like that. I love him. He's the best. He's good in animated as well. That version's quite fun. He's more of a bastard in that one, but he's an idiot bastard, so he's okay. And the version in Robots in Disguise, the 2015 one, I've been watching through that. I really like the Grimlock from that. Completely different take on him, but he's also a lot cool. But yeah, I like Grimlock a lot. And then I just threw him around. And the last one, I got a bot. This one is called, what's it called? It's like Dr. Flickers or something. Yes, the whole aligned continuity thing means there's two Grimlocks, doesn't there? There's the green one that's in Robots in Disguise, and then there's the one that's in the War for Cybertron games. But yeah, this one just turns into a little Bunsen burner. Isn't that just the cutest? Like, I've not had a bot before, but it was just a pound blind bag, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. They are quite cute. I was really surprised by how well they're put together. Like, I thought they'd be really, really crap, but they're not. What the fuck is a bot? Okay. Right. So, you know how he's a Bunsen burner, or she's a Bunsen burner. It is a she. They're basically like just little transformers that turn from random objects into robots, and they're not aligned with like Decepticon Autobot thing. They're just not that. I think the story is that a cloud of energon traveled through a shopping mall and turned all the objects within into robots, and so it just gave them an excuse to make these. And yeah, they do like blind bag stuff. It's just a little collectible bit of nonsense that are small, including food. Yes. They are very different to mini-cons, yes. But yeah, they're just kind of adorable. I might grab a few more other blind boxes, or blind bags, I guess. I might grab a few more, because I quite like this. It's quite cute. But yeah. However, it's also been like a day of like the last like this week. I've just apparently got a lot without really intending to. I am, by the way, starting to do some little Transformers video reviews on my side channel in the new sort of this year. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. There's one up on the Sniping with Patreon right now if you want to see it. But yeah, I also got little core class Soundwave, who is great actually. Just a nice cheap little Soundwave, who does actually turn into his little boombox, which I guess it's not quite the same as the old cassette player, 'cause it's a bit big for just a regular cassette player. In terms of, you know, the size of the tape deck compared to it, but yeah, that's just a really cool little quick transformation, isn't it? That's just cool, and even in his stuff, like you can just stow it behind him. Yeah, isn't that fun? That's just neat. You can if you can find him in a store still. He's usually just over a tenner. So, you know, as far as these things go, he's quite cheap. And he's very good. I like him. I also got this idiot. Which is Skull Cruncher. Who is great. Oh, yeah, shit, yeah. He does actually... someone mentioned it. Yeah, he does actually have a little cassette. Which is adorable. And yeah, this is a redo of a 1980... I want to say 8? Toy? It's a Headmaster, anyway. This is made from a later mold, basically as a nice redo of him. His head comes off and turns into a little bloke. Isn't that fucking stupid? I love it so much. I love Headmasters. They're the fucking stupidest. 87. Thank you. But yeah, I will show you this. I don't mean to like transform everything, but I will transform this guy because he's so fucking adorable. But yeah, this thing was originally released in like 2016, I want to say. But this is a recent redo where they repainted him a little bit to make him look more like his original toy. So do Headmasters take over dead, lifeless Transformers? No, it's different depending on which version you're looking at. But yeah, look at him. Look how cute this is. Look. I don't know if it's the intention, but like to make all beast mode like Transformers be so fucking adorable. But I love this guy. He makes me so happy. I just put him down and I just look down and I just see that little crocodile and I'm just like, he's beautiful. Also, you open up his little back thing and the little Headmaster dude. You sit him in there. It's a weirdly rubbery door, but yeah, you sit him in there. Isn't that great? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Lynn, does quite an adjective mean very or a little bit? I've been told it's a latter in the UK, but it doesn't seem right at all. generally it does you to be like it's quite good. It's quite good, you know. It depends on like context generally, how seriously someone's doing. You know how the British are, we understate everything. But yeah, I love this guy. His name's Skullcruncher as well, which is just the best name. But yeah, I got him. He costs too much money. You can get him on Hasbro's eBay page for £25 if you really want this. I did. He's probably not worth £25 because he's pretty basic and he doesn't stand up very well because of the shape of his feet. But he is really cute, and I wanted that. What else have I got? Oh yeah. And these are two things I got today. Oh yeah, Hasbro has an eBay page. Which is why I have a Cyclonus, because he was cheap. I don't just have that to hand. It's for no reason. He was holding the other thing. Yeah. 25 for a deluxe, a little over. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad, but it is a bit more than it probably should be for such an old thing. Like compared to a deluxe you'd buy now, and the level of like stuff you'd get in them now, maybe not fantastic. But yeah, I got this guy who's called Aimless. You might notice he's a gun. He's just a gun, and then you do this. And he's a dude. He's a Battle Master, I think they call him. He's a remake of an old Target Master figure, which were I think that came out around Headmasters, but they were just guns that turned into dudes. In fact, the reason why I have Cyclonus holding him is because a reissue of the original Cyclonus toy did come with a Target Master. He also comes with some blast effects, which I've not actually had any before, and they are weird and rubbery, but it means that you can pretend that they are shooting, and you don't have to just use your Mind Palace. But yeah, you can just give him to a Transformer, and then he's just got a gun who is also a dude. Isn't that fun? Isn't that just great? Yeah, that's pretty great. Also, yeah, this is great. This is like the best fucking Cyclonus. I'm just showing you my toys now, aren't I? This is just what we're doing. If you want the correct target mesh, you have to get Artfire. Isn't it? I didn't think it was Artfire. Who is it? I was looking this up earlier. Nightstick, that's it. It's Nightstick. Who's his... Unless Nightstick was renamed to Artfire at some point, because that happens a lot. But, wait, Megatron is a Target Master. Artfire comes with Nightstick. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, anyway. This is the Kingdom Cyclonus, which is the most recent line that's out. There is a new one coming out soon, but yeah, and he's really, really good, because you might notice that he actually looks like he does in the series and movie, which isn't really a thing that's happened in Cyclonus toys before. Usually his robot mode's a bit lumpy, and his jet mode is lumpier.
Well, he's got his gun on his back because he was holding the other gun. But yeah, he's really good. I can transform him if you want. He is a really, really good one. He's one I have absolutely like. If you are going to buy a transformer, like if you don't have any and you just remember the old cartoon, now's actually really well. Maybe not right now because the actual lines for the War for Cybertron stuff are starting to get a bit awkward to get hold of because most of them are off shelves now. My only real quibble with this toy is that this leg crunch thing is a bit of a pain in the ass. It's my only problem with it. There we go. Just feels weird. But yeah, but there are lots of really good like cartoon accurate toys out right now. Boop, boop, boop. Did I miss the Animorphs? No, I've not yet got the Animorph. Okay, this is really fun. So you like switch his head out, and then you open this bit, which pulls out another little bit, which then opens up this bit, which pulls out another little bit. Although this bit can sometimes be a pain in the ass to get. So get that. Thank you, Chuckless Prime. Thank you very much. Ba weep grana weep ninny bong. The universal greeting. But yeah, and that's how it makes his cone. It's fucking great. That's like really genuinely impressive engineering. And then whoop. I'm doing this all out of order because I'm just. But it's fine. Oh yeah, shit! I forgot to put his hands in. His hands are just out. Although I suppose I can't really judge myself too harshly for that, because on a lot of the promotional images, his hands are just out as well. Because they forgot to do it. Come on. Come on. I did it again. On the other hand. Mistransformations are the pinnacle of TF media. That is true. Ooh. I was trying to do it quickly, which means I'm just like messing it up. But yeah, isn't that cool? Like, he turns from like a cartoon accurate dude into a cartoon accurate jet. It's not even like it doesn't even look too bad from the bottom, which, you know, for Transformers jets, that's not bad. And of course he's full of ports and things, so you know you can stick extra guns on him and jam them everywhere. You can just do that. But yeah, seriously, I don't have the hugest collection of Transformers. I've got like 15 of them or something, maybe less. I mean, I guess I have got like 6 here, so maybe that is about right. But this one is by far the best one. Like, I've got Mp1 Masterpiece Optimus, which looks great, but it's big and it's cumbersome and it's a pain in the arse to transform. But this is like quick and simple and looks great. And if you go onto eBay, like I say, Hasbro has their own eBay page, and they tend to sell stuff all right, like at all right prices. This cost me 20 quid, which for a Transformer that's this good is dirt cheap. Really good. If you want to buy one Transformer, buy this one. It's really good. And if you want to not, okay, I've got this half transformed. I need to fully transform this into the right mode. So you off screen. So I can fully put across the thing. So I am going to make a video about this one, so I'm not going to give away everything about it, but I am just going to show you its modes. So that's a transformer. So you remember Animorphs? They made some Animorphs Transformers. They were under the Transformers brand, so this is officially a Transformer. This and this, both equally Transformers. And yeah, this is Tobias. I've never watched or read Animorphs, so I don't really know much about it. Other than apparently this guy got stuck in his like animorphed form for most of it. So the fact you can transform him back and forth is possibly like inaccurate. And now you might notice he's got most of a bird on his back. So yeah, and so you can transform this guy into a bird. Now, the interesting thing is that it does have a, they sort of made it so you can kind of half transform it, because you know, like the Animorphs book covers, where they're like half transformed. So you can make this fucking horror show, which is just fucking terrible. Wib, I just bought a new transformer because of this. You owe me, Hasbro. And yeah, and now let's transform it into a full bird, because it has a little beak that comes up and goes over the human mouth. Isn't that great? Oh no, I've got to twist his arse around first. It's important that you twist his arse around. Stop going out of focus. I know you don't want to look at this. It's probably not helping that the keyboard's constantly freaking out. I know, like, pulsating lights does mess with focus. Let's not talk about KISS players fucking Transformers for libertarians. Thank you for the sub there, new painter. Also, legit, the wings are actually really good. Like, watch this. That's really good. That's actually genuinely cool. Like, yeah. And then, yeah, he's a bird now. Which, from this kind of angle, doesn't look too bad. It could be worse. You look at it like that, and you're like, well, that's just a scrunched up dude. That's uncomfortable. But yeah, I kind of love this, but it is also the most cursed thing. Especially because you can take his legs down, and because his feet, like, scrunch up. I'm trying to get a good shot of this. It's really hard with the way the camera is angled. Yeah, because the way his legs work, they're like that, and they are like little crab claws, and I hate them. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you can have weird crab hawk. But yeah, I'll go into it more when I do a video on it, but I legit think that if you took the mechanics of this, like the basic engineering of it, you could make this into a decent, cheap Beast Wars toy. Like, as is, it's a bit fucking weird, but if you were able to, like, make it, because, like, obviously it needs to be a full human and a full bird, and it can't do either of those things. That's not how a toy like this works. It's got to have some of one mode on the other mode, or possibly a lot of one mode on the other mode to make the other mode work. And you can do that in Beast Wars, but you can't do that here. Also, it'd be nice if the legs actually locked in to something rather than just kind of flipping about. But hey, but that's the thing. So yeah, that's all the Transformers I've got this week. Normally I don't get that many. Most weeks I do not buy a Transformer, but apparently I have a lot. Show everything. Do people really want to see everything? I can show you everything if you want. I should probably put some music on in the background, actually. Give me a sec. Yes, please, show everything. I am the voice of chat. Alright, okay, sure. It's now show and tell. Okay. Got the G1 soundtrack on. Okay, give me a second, I've got to go grab the damn thing. Alright. Alright. Actually, I'll keep that. I was going to take that out because it's in the way. The G1 soundtrack, isn't it? Yes. So that way I can hear any notifications. Okay. Right, so, okay, I'll just get this guy out of the way first. I'm not going to show much. I'm just going to show you this guy as he exists because he's kind of a bit broken, and I don't really want to transform him again. But I've literally just made a video about him. He's the one that's on the Snipe Wib Patreon right now. He is High Score 100 is his name. He's quite fun. He turns into a video game controller. You can see right there. And yeah, he's a bit of a monkey-looking thing, but he's quite fun. Hard to get into basically any pose because of his shape, but yeah. He's from like 2007. Okay. Let's go to this one next. Okay. This is Astro Train. I was sent this one. I didn't know exactly what he was at the time. Because this one came in PO Box. Something which I would encourage other people to do, by the way, is when we open the PO Box again, just send me Transformers. Not necessarily. I'm not saying send me like a new expensive one. Just send me the shit ones you don't want anymore. It'll supply me. But yes, this came in a Grox box. Yeah, this is a Henkei Astro Train, so it's not the Hasbro release, it's the Takara release, which is why he is lovely and purple. And I should show you his transformation, because he's a bit of a different design from the original one, because he doesn't have a steam train alternate mode. Because this guy is a triple changer, which means he transforms into 3 different things. Let's do shuttle first. I do quite like this little mechanism here, where these like pull round and spin around. I don't know why, that's just kind of neat to me. And then these bits pop down to give a little cabin. Send Wib big convoy so he can give it to me. I always forget how this bit works. There's the clip. Find the clip it sits into. Because these bits always sit a bit lower than I think they do. There we go. There we go. There we go. There he is as a shuttle with some conspicuous train parts on him. Such are the ways of triple changes. But yes. Okay, now let's turn him into his train mode. Be careful whilst doing that. Sometimes his arms might come off. I found that out the hard way. Let's put that away. Yeah, so rather than a steam train, which original Astro Train turns into, he turns into a bullet train, sort of. Like a bullet train up to here, and then bits of a shuttle after that, but it's Astro Train. You just kind of get used to that. But that's quite fun. He's just ridiculous. You can also stick his gun on top. But yeah, that's Henkei Astro Train. So yeah, that's the one Japanese one I've got, the one Takara release, which I didn't even realise at the time when it was sent to me, because I just didn't really know there was even a difference. But yeah, he is also big enough for all of the Decepticons to ride inside of, except when he isn't. Oh, here's a fun one. Or two, actually. Just a couple of little movie boys. God, you can't really see this against the black background. But this is a little barricade. Yeah, you really can't see him. So he just turns into a police car. I got him years ago when the movie came out, actually, because I just liked barricade. Fucking. Turns into a little police car, which is quite cool. Yeah, it's a decent little toy. He's like quite relatively articulated for like how big he is, and he's just quite a lot of fun. On the other hand, you got this fucking shit, which is nearly identical, but just worse in nearly every way. Because it's like it kind of transforms the same basic way, but it just doesn't have any of the articulation. So its legs can kind of just do that, and that's it. And his arms have a real habit of popping off the ball joints. Like, that might just be mine. Mine might just be a bit wanky. But yeah, and he turns into a very similar shape, and he transforms in a very similar way. But I probably wouldn't actually have any negative opinions about this if I didn't have this, which is just the same thing, but better. But this is from several years later, actually, as well. This is from the Dark of the Moon toy line, rather than the... this is from Transformers 1. But yeah, you can go over there, because I can't be bothered. Hey, Lord of Uskalak. I'm showing off my my Transformers because I ran out of things that I was doing, and people told me to show them my Transformers. I'm having a crisis. Is this what a midlife crisis looks like? I'm only 35. Is it too early? Okay, here we go. Here's a modern one. It's a Sharktacon. This is probably the toy that is the reason why I've started collecting Transformers. Because I bought this one on a whim. And he's fucking great. Like, just look at this cheeky little chap. Isn't he just so cool? Like, he's so good. He's so good. And he transforms pretty cool as well. Just take off his bits. Whoop, whoop. Good. You can kind of have a mid-transform centaur mode if you want. God, the G1 cartoon has such a cool soundtrack. I mean, it's not. Like, it's probably terrible, but, like, this is just hardwired into my brain that I just love it so much. Whoop. You wouldn't notice if I didn't do this little thing at the back. But yeah. Look at him. He's just a little podgy boy. How cute is he? Again, my favourite Transformers are largely geared by how cute are they. So, Skull Cruncher, very cute. Sharktacon, very, very cute. He also can wield his tail as a weapon. And he has a gun. Officially, his name is Nor, because that's what the original toy that Sharktacon in the 80s was released under. But he is just a Sharktacon. He does pose really well as well because his legs are really well articulated and he's got like a little bit of this looks horrifying, but it does help like get him into like extreme poses and things if you need to. So he's really well articulated. Again, a really good one. Can wholly recommend that one. Nor is very good. Let's go to one that isn't very good. Which is Kingdom RC, and I will not be transforming her because she's terrible. I got her for a tenner from TK Maxx, which is why I have her. Snipe got her for me because I've always liked RC and I wanted an RC toy. But you might notice there's an entire car on her back. And she's just an action figure. Like, RC is not a Transformer. This is just an action figure. The Transformer is here. Still better than the female GoBots. I will not have this Crasher slander here. Crasher is great. But yeah, the interesting thing about RC is, though, that they sort of knew that she was crap. Which is why she has these huge heels here so that she can actually stand up with that huge amount of kibble on her back. But this entire section, you can press a little button here and this whole bit comes off. So you can have a more screen accurate RC action figure basically, which I appreciate. This is canonically a hoverboard. That's what they say. It's a hoverboard. Oh, thank you for the bits there, Cyborg. Yeah, officially this is a hoverboard, which is why she can stand on it. Yeah, a hoverboard, and not just you didn't know what to do with that chunk. TF Prime version of RC, very cool. There's a toy of her that's really good as well. And yeah, the new RC in Legacy is going to be interesting. But yeah, like as just a thing to have on your shelf, this RC is actually fine. If you can get it cheap, like I did, I have no regrets whatsoever. Well, Snipe got it for me, but as an actual transforming toy, it's terrible because it's just, you can see half the car there. I'm not doing it because it takes ages to actually get all the panels lining up properly. But yeah. But if you want an RC and you just want to have her on your shelf, then yeah, sure. So, let's pop her down. Some little blokes. RC is cool. RC is cool. She's just not been done with toys correctly. Now, oh fuck, I forget what these guys are named because these are Micromasters, or the modern remake of Micromasters. what are they called? One direct hit and counter strike? Not counter strike. Oh fuck! I can't remember what they're called now. I can never remember the names. Anyway, what these are very, very, very little time. Power punch. That's the one. It's because I get the counter in my head because when I hear power punch, I think of punch counter punch, and so I get the counter stuck in my head. But yeah, these are just really tiny little transformers. Who do all of the good things. Because I realised that I have a few things that are like... When I hear this music, I just think of every time Jazz or Blaster is fucking around. So, it turns into like a little truck thing, but you might notice it's got this little what do they call them? Combiner boners at the back here? Which you put down because this one turns into the back of his truck. They are a bit fiddly to get together, I will admit. Like everything only just kind of fits together, and then you can go whoop. So, this is effectively a transformer that is also a micro machine because it's small and a connectable, and also I haven't got anyone to hand who's got a hand that can hold it. This bit is geared so you can stick it in things. You're supposed to use it because it's supposed to look like a missile launcher. It doesn't. It looks like two transformers together. But also, the combiner port is also the right size, so you can also just do that, which is great. Because all like Transformer stuff all like sticks together in weird ways, which is like half the fun. But these are really fun, really expensive, like everywhere. Except if I don't know if it's present in all of them, but in game they have them for £7. But normally you'll find them for twice that for some reason. But yeah, you might get lucky because they're good. I do like them. I used to have a bunch of these the old combiner ones from G1 as a kid. I love them. But yeah, getting them now is a little bit yeah. All right. Here's the Starscream. 2006. Is it Universe? Or is it just classics? I think it's classics. I don't remember. Anyway, it's an old it's classics, I think. Yeah, he's very cool. I will only partially transform him because these bits, like this joint here, is pretty knackered. Because this is one I've had for like 15 years. Because even though I've only just started collecting properly, I did have a couple of Transformers because I just like them. And I got him ages ago. Boop. Boop. And I've always liked his head thing. Cause it like pops out. Cover it up with the nose. And spin it round and connect it in. Bish bash bosh. There you go. But yeah, as I say, he is showing signs of wear, so I won't turn those things around because I don't want to snap them because they might get snapped if I do it one too many times, and so I want to prevent that from happening for as long as possible. But yeah, pretty snazzy jet with, again, kind of just kind of obvious as a bit of a robot under there, but it's fine. He can pop his null rays on. These do fire, by the way. Yeah. Which, I don't know. As an adult, I don't really care about like those kind of features because they're just something to lose. But they are quite fun. A lot of the engineering on this mold was used on the Earthrise Kingdoms / Kingdom Seekers. That does not surprise me. I was very tempted to pick up one, but I've already got my Starscream. Even though I do kind of want to replace this one because of these bits, but it is his null rays, yes. But yeah. Oh, it also has the reveal the shield thing, so that thing's like black. But you put your, it heats up. And you can see a little Decepticon symbol. Get a Thundercracker then. I like Thundercracker as a character more. But I like the look of Skywarp more because he's purple. And purple's my favourite colour, so I might get myself a Skywarp at some point. Although isn't Earthrise Skywarp like an American exclusive or some shit? Collect them all. One day I would like to get the Seeker Trio in the same mold. I would like to do that, but it's a lot of money for buying the same toy 3 times. I've got enough self-control right now to not do that. There is a 2-pack currently available. Don't tell me these things. I have a Bayverse. Oh, talking about that. Do you want another movie Transformer? I've got a Grimlock. I don't think I can be asked to transform this one. Because he's a bit fiddly. But yeah, this is based off the... what's it called? Something Extinction. It was shit, anyway. Age of Extinction, that's the one. It's based off the Grimlock from that, but in slightly different colours for some reason. He's actually weirdly poseable, like these bits get in the way, but because he's got these huge legs, like you can get some real dynamic poses out of him really easily. It's quite fun. This is another one. Snipe just came home one day and like had found it at second-hand shop and was like, "Hey, I bought you a Transformer," and I was like, "Thank you." Although he does have, I will just make his head because his head is cute. Although it does have a little biting feature, which when you've not got the top part of the head on, just means he has a little wiggly butt jaw, which is thoroughly upsetting. But yeah. But yeah, there's his head, which again, quite cute. Weirdly, because like, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, this doesn't look anything like a Grimlock," and it doesn't transform it because like most Grimlocks transform the same. And I was like, "Oh, this doesn't do it," and then I was like, "No, actually, his arms do become his legs. Like they do become the Dino legs, and his legs connect together to make the tail. So, it does transform like a Grimlock. He does have a big staff accessory that is over in a box somewhere. But it's a bit shit, honestly. He's better without it. But yeah. Amazon has the Seekers listed at $45 and $80 at the moment, so is that. Reminds me I should update my my Transformers wishlist on Amazon. I periodically have to go through it and like remove the parts that you can't get anymore. Do you want the links? No, I'm okay, but thank you. Blot, behave. Okay, so this is Blot. He's one of the Terracons. Shanus bought this one for me for Christmas. Yeah, he's a weird little dude. You can't really see his face very well because I've not really got the ideal set. I kind of see it there. He's got like a weird little jowly face. He's kind of great actually. He's got a lot of personality. He's not just got like the standard one. He's supposed to be like a gross dude, so that's cool. And I like Blot because he's one of those Transformers in the bracket of one that does not turn into anything. Like, he turns into what they say is an ogre. But I don't think anyone truly believes that to be the case. He turns into whatever Blot turns into, and that's all we know. And you pop his gun on, and yeah, there you go. There's a little Blot. He's just a weird little monster dude. I really like him. Because you might have noticed by the fact that I have not shown you a single Transformer I have that's beyond this size that turns into a car. I have a thing for like the weird monster Decepticons and things like that. I actually really want to. I want to get like a proper like deluxe size like car Autobot because I don't have any, but I just don't. I just whenever I go to buy one, I end up getting something like this. Even though I didn't buy this, but you know, I get like that. Yes, he does look like a Rogue Trader Dreadnought. That is true. That is true. I didn't notice that until someone pointed it out, and I was like, oh yeah, that's probably why I like him, because he just looks like the Dreadnoughts that I like. But yeah, he's really fun. And yeah, I really like the hand transformation. It's really simple, but it just like his because his fist is just on a hinge, and so his claw just folds up, and so it just becomes like kind of Wolverine claw on the back. I know, it's just really simple, but I just like that. This is what Transformers is. It's just like kind of transforming things and going like, oh, that's really fun. I like that. Like, you don't... It's interesting because you don't play with toys. Like, well, most people don't. I can't. I don't have that level of imagination anymore to like play with them like I'm a kid. But I like use them as like stress relief, like transforming them back and forth. I just find it's just something to do with my hands. It's really satisfying, and I just like them and having them on your shelf and stuff, and finding what poses you can put them into is just kind of a fun thing. But yeah, that's Blot. He's really cool. He's quite old now for Transformers anyway. He's like from Power of the Primes, which is many years ago now. Well, it's like 2015, 2016. Yeah. You can still get him on Amazon. I think. Anyway, you can still get some of the other Terracons, because he's actually a combiner. He can become an arm or a leg, which is why he's got this immensely satisfying ratchet. Because that's where he'd become a joint. But I'm probably never going to get the rest of them, because I don't actually like a lot of the other Terracons, like the modern toys for them. But I like Blot, so I have Blot, and so he can just be awkward and midway through a transformation. Okay. Down to the last two. Okay, and it's the big ones. Okay. Here is Studio Series Grimlock, which Longfang got me for Christmas, and I love him. He is a much more faithful. Also fun ratcheting. But yeah, he also comes with a little wheelie. If you don't know what a wheelie is, ask your parents. But yeah, it's a really good Grimlock. He's quite big, as you can see. He's my second biggest Transformer. Quite well articulated, and yeah, these things are a bit floppy. It's like my only real complaint about it. There is actually an upgrade kit you can get for this. It's like 40. It's 40 quid, which is the reason I haven't got it. But it like fixes the little things that people don't like about this. Like it adds some little panels here to like cover up that hole, and like adds some panels to cover up these voids. But like they're on the underside of the feet. I don't care. I'm not spending £40 to fix that. But yeah, let's transform him. He basically transforms like just a slightly better version of the original Diaclone toy Grimlock comes from, honestly. Like, it's mostly just a fancier leg arrangement to make the tail a bit better, and that's about it. The rest of it transforms pretty much the same. Whoop. The legs do like coming apart until you've got them all settled in place. No. Oh, there is a gap here in him when he's in robot mode, so if you want to like store a Malteser in there, you can. Just so you know. Maybe not a Malteser, that might be a little too big. You can definitely store a couple of Skittles in there, though. Oh, let's try to close it without his head. The original Diaclone toy was meant to come with a rubber cover to put over the dyno mode. Oh, interesting. So it'd be like that old Partworks magazine, where you make like a dinosaur skeleton and then you got like the skin to cover it. Oh, interesting that the knees do actually have like the legs/arms have a two-way joint thing going on. So that's like in robot mode, they're like that, and you clip them in place, and then they rash it the other way as for dinosaur mode, which is quite cool. But yeah, me Grimlock. Me Grimlock, not Bozo. Me Grimlock King. Yeah, no, he's adorable. Little bigger than the tiny one I have, but yeah, no, he's great. I really enjoyed him. Thank you, Lon. And you can do that with him, and that's worth all the money, isn't it? You can shoot FX parts from his mouth too. Oh yeah, he would, wouldn't he? Because he's got the little thing in it. Like, I've literally only got an effects, like, some of these today, so I haven't tried them on everything yet. Oh, his head went back. Yeah, there you go. So you can affix little things to him. So if you've got, like, a big flame thing, like, I only have a weird electricity thing, but yeah. But yeah, that's cool. He does have a bunch of ports on him, so you can, you know, because even though he's a Studio Series thing, he's still a Transformers toy made now. So you can just jam everything into him if you want. I think actually the only modern one I've got that isn't covered in ports is RC. That's because you can't fucking put anything in here. He might also have some blast nipples. I don't think he does. No, he doesn't have any blast nipples. What Prime is talking about, by the way, if you don't know, is those little blast effect things. There's some that have little explosions, which obviously I don't have, but there's little ports on some of the things, so you can put a little explosion on there, so you can do like fun shit with them. But yeah. Oh, okay. This one was bored of me not talking about him, so here we go. Here's the big one, the final one. Okay, I can barely move the little succulent. He has a bunch more accessories other than the gun, but they're hidden in a box somewhere. Here is Mp1 Optimus Prime, which was the first masterpiece, and I got him because I always wanted an Optimus Prime as a kid, and in like when he came out, which would have been 2006, because this is the this particular one is the paint job that was released for the 20th anniversary, like release of the DVD, if I remember correctly. And yeah, I always wanted an Optimus Prime, and I never had one as a kid. Apart from I had an Action Master Optimus Prime, and yeah, that was a bit of a betrayal. So I ended up getting this as a treat for myself when I wasn't collecting Transformers at all. Would not even think about collecting them for a long time. But yeah, he's a little dusty, and he does unfortunately have some sun damage on here because he was in a room for a long time when I was quite depressed, and so I didn't look after myself or anything I owned. So he was in a place where he got sun damage, which is a bit of a pisser, but unfortunately under this light you can't really tell very easily. But yeah, he is very articulated. Do people want to see this transform? Because we will be here a while. Look how the music cues are lining up. The thing on screen. Okay, there's one vote to do it, one vote not to. Do not put yourself through MP1's transformation. Yeah, seems to be a bit mixed, so therefore I'm not going to do it. Like, the toy is really good. It's got like little, you can see little, can you see it? I'm trying to get so you can see it. There's little, like pneumatics in his leg. You can see some on the foot there as well, which is really cool. Hey, Thomule, and thank you very much for the sub. It might be faster to buy and build a model truck. You are not kidding. You are not kidding. Is this video games? No, I ran out of the video games very quickly because the video games were very bad. So I've just been doing a show and tell with all of my Transformers because I'm a 35-year-old grown up, and this is a thing I can do. But yeah, this thing is a lovely figure to have, but he takes so long to transform, and he's such a pain. But he does have a little matrix of leadership in there, which is cool. But yeah, the Masterpiece toys in general, like this is a particularly bad one because it's early. Because it's the first one, so it's very over complex and very fiddly, and you feel like you're gonna break it at every opportunity. Like, I've not broken it so far, so I'm probably not, but it feels like it. Like, you can see how everything's kind of scrunched up in there. Like, there's his front wheels, and like this bit's a fake out. Like, there's a separate, different one inside him. Like, it's ridiculous. They made a later version, which I think it was mentioned earlier, which I think is MP10, which is much better. But I realised that through this, I don't really care about the Masterpiece ones. Like, they're cool, and they look nice on the shelf, but like, they're just a bit like over fiddly and over complicated, and I much prefer to just have something like this that I can kind of, just mess around with and not worry about breaking. Whereas this, I'm always worried about breaking it when I do anything with it. But yeah, he's still fun. I still like him to have him on my shelf. He's the reason I didn't buy the new when I didn't get an Earthrise Optimus Prime, because even though the Earthrise Optimus Prime was great and I would be able to fiddle with him, I was like, I've already got a good Optimus Prime though. Like, But yeah, he is huge. If you want to see a size comparison to him and a more standard figure, since nearly all of them transform. Like, yeah, compare him to the RC. He's fucking huge. And he weighs a ton because there's a bunch of die cast in him. So he's heavy. But yeah. One Masterpiece I want, Soundwave on Road Rage. Soundwave, that is the one Masterpiece I probably would go for, but you can't find him anywhere anymore for not a stupid price anyway. So. Well, you can buy a knockoff, of course. which I'm tempted to do, honestly, because Soundwave's great. But yeah, oh, one feature I forgot to mention. I think he does have a light inside him, but that's a point. I can't remember if he does. I should grab the battery out of him if he does, so it doesn't go weird. I'll have to think about that. It's been so long since I thought about that. But he has a little thing in the back of his head, which you press, so you can make his mouth plate wiggle. So you can pretend that you are Optimus Prime, which is quite fun, I feel. And now there's a lot of pressure to say something profound. But yeah, that's just a really cool feature. I like that. Later versions don't have that. Like MP10, which is like, as far as I'm aware, is an improvement. It's a bit shorter than this, but it's an improvement in basically every other way. But it doesn't have this. And that is, honestly, really fun. So, but yeah, he does have rubber wheels, which means they're probably going to decay and collapse at some point in the next 10 years. So that's something to wait for and have fun with. But yeah. And apart from like a couple, I've got like a tiny turbo changer somewhere. But apart from that, that is all my Transformers. How many do I actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I think that's. Okay, so I've got like 18 of the damn things. Okay. So my guess of about 15 wasn't too bad. Let's go off this. So I can not think about that for a second. But yeah. That's Transformers. There's a Discord. Is it Patreon only or open? Our Discord. It's open. You can just join it. Just read the rules and don't be a dick. And that's all we care about. You see the insane video of the walking and auto-transforming Optimus toy, like accurately transforming. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Copyrighted comments coming. But yeah, yeah, I think that's kind of all I've got really to say. That was weird. I wasn't planning on doing that, but hey, I guess that happened. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions about anything I've shown off or about Transformers and stuff, then feel free to ask, because apparently this is just my life now. It's I've been realizing that it's entirely possible, like, because I obviously, like, Snipes talked about trying to get diagnosed with ADHD, and she's talked about like some of the symptoms and stuff, and sometimes I do wonder if I have a really mild case. One of the symptoms being how I get hyperfixated on things, because I have become so fucking fixated on Transformers recently for some reason. But hey, you know, these things are all spectrums, so it's not a big deal or anything, but yeah. But yeah, let's see. Some expensive toys I like to mess with once and never again, meaning they're not worth the money to me. I get that Long River Valley. That's the thing. These things I mess with all the time. Like I'll get them off the shelf. Apart from Mp1, I'll get them off the shelf and just transform them back and forth a couple of times. It's fun. Also, if you're not, even if you're not a TF fan, check out the TF Wiki. Yeah, no, TF Wiki is the best wiki. Straight up, just the best one that exists. It's great. Have you read any of the Transformers comics? I have read some of them. I've read a bunch of Robots in Disguise. Not all of it, and I keep meaning to read More Than Meets the Eye, which I hear is better. Like, I enjoy it just fine, but I just don't read comics very often, so I haven't got through many of them. Once had the Punisher transform that turned into a gun. Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, the not Transformer, because yeah, there was a time when like a bunch of companies were making their own Transformers, that not like a branded thing like the Animorphs one I showed. But yeah, it's a whole thing. I was thinking like I'm gonna make an Optimus Prime for my orcs. I was genuinely tempted to try and see if I could like buy a cheap old Transformer and use the mechanism to like build a battle wagon around. I thought that might be a fun project to do, but that'd probably be a bit much. Every Transformer I had was a concrete mixer. Yeah, that's someone said that's a mix master. Remember the Star Wars Transformers? Oh, those were terrible. I remember buying my little brother one many years ago. I got him the Boba Fett one that turns into Slave One, and that was fucking rough. It out of the box, it felt like it was going to explode into panels at any given second. It was ridiculous. You know you want. I was actually tempted to paint up a Space Marine in like Optimus Prime colors just for a lark. I remember Nerf Megatron. Oh, Classics Megatron. The one where he turns into the giant Nerf gun. That's quite fun. Shout out to Wib Hobby and Jonas for helping me to detective work to find out what Beast Wars Transformer I had as a kid. Oh yeah, because you had like a really obscure one, didn't you? Turned into like a centipede or something. Fucking Retrex. Power of the Prime Optimus seems like a decent starting point. I'm not actually sure what Power of the Prime's Optimus was like, because that's before. Is that the Oh, it's the one that he combines with his trailer because he's like Orion Pax when he's smaller, and then he makes a big one. If that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the leader class one. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah. You just said that. People have just said that. Like, I'd say that might, like, as a starting point, I'd say that's probably a bit much, because there's a lot to him, and honestly, you're probably better off getting an Earthrise Optimus. I've heard nothing but praise for those. Scaled up core Optimus is probably the best orc conversion. Actually, you want something with a really basic transformation. There'll be a knockoff that's making that, certainly. I was actually looking at I thought it would be fun to look at AliExpress to see what knockoffs they have on there. And it was tempting to buy a knockoff Soundwave masterpiece, I won't lie. Because, yeah, you ain't getting a real one now unless you want to spend several £100 on eBay. Check Discord games. Yeah, I shall. Ooh. Do not tempt me, Prime B. Do not tempt me. I can't afford that right now, but yeah, that looks good. Ooh. But yeah, what are we even fucking doing now? What is this stream? I don't know. I need to go and put all my Transformers back on the fucking shelf. Just be grateful I didn't bring the little bass that my big Optimus Prime came with that you press and it says things in a really loud voice, and I forget it does it until I accidentally touch it whilst I'm like dusting it, and then it yells at me and says Autobots roll out, and I nearly shit myself. You are incredibly knowledgeable about Transformers Prime B. That is very true. That is very true. I am merely a newcomer who has just had years of pretending to be an expert on Warhammer. So I can say things with confidence, and that's all I really have. I've just been immersed deep in the TF wiki. Yeah. Watch next month be a Transformer Codex complaint every day to drive up ad revenue just to justify the temptation. I'll see you along. I'll be going to bed. Oh, I won't be going to bed, but I'll be going off in a second. Yeah, no, I'm being good. We're probably gonna do another one of the name guessing games on the main channel, and then I'm gonna make, if I make Transformers content, it's gonna be on my side channel. Speaking of which, because I've had weird sleep recently, I'm probably going to do a little bit of work on my on the last painting log of the year once I am done with this. So yeah, if you're not subbed to it and you want to see me do Transformers stuff, there's my side channel. Transformers stuff will be happening very soon. Live Transformers name guessing game when. Yeah, I was actually saying earlier, like, it'd be fun to do that, but people know, like, I know too many people in the chat know too much, and I'd have to hide the chat from Snipe to do it. So it's a cool idea. Maybe it wouldn't work. I don't know. Funny, Hams is the only real fiction universe I get super fixated on. I kind of envy people with more than one thing that they're into that way. Yeah, I get you. I mean, the thing is, I kind of flip between stuff. So, like, I do play, I obviously play Warhammer and I collect that and I paint it, and it's my job to talk about it. But, I'm into other things. Like, I'm into my kaiju movies. I'm now into my Transformers. I'm into Star Trek and Star Wars. Like, I'm just into a lot of shit. Could always rope Longfang into some TF stuff for men with funny heads. I should totally drag him into, like, do bot. The worst episode, if you don't count the racist one. Or maybe do, like, the intro story. Is it just called More Than Meets the Eye? I forget, like, the introductory thing. Or maybe just the movie. The movie's great. So you'll need some second ed stuff. We're actually okay, honestly, but thank you. Because we've started doing our second ed armies without using second ed models, I'm sort of like, both of us are kind of like fine to just use modern models for it, so to kind of keep them looking consistent. But yeah, so yeah, Transformers stuff we're bring on the side channel. Maybe if I can rope him into it, maybe might drag Longfang into doing some some Transformers stuff. And yes, the G1 movie is the best Transformer movie, 100%. It's also absolutely terrible, but it's absolutely terrible in a way that is really fun. Like, it's shit, like, it's really bad, but it's just ridiculous. It's got a vibe that I love. Okay, actually, that is a good point, Long River. I always forget about it, but Bumblebee is genuinely good. Bumblebee is great. That is a fun little movie. It doesn't belong to share any association with the rest of the live-action movies, which are unmitigatedly terrible. The first one is okay, from what I remember. Like, it's fine. It'd probably annoy me to watch now, but yeah. It's a good thing it's a reboot, then. Is it? I've heard so many people say it's a reboot, it's not a reboot, that it's part of the same continuity, that it's not. I've heard, like, official sources say both. So I have no idea. It didn't start as a reboot. Did they at some point then say that it's like a full reboot? Because obviously, continuity-wise, it doesn't make any sense, but then the Bay movies have never made sense with each other continuity-wise, so whatever. So they have officially stated it's a reboot. Oh, good, because it's just good. Like, just a gush for a second. How good was the part at the start where they're on Cybertron and you get to just see like a bunch of G1 like style Transformers? Like that's how we always wanted the movies to look. And they look great. That bit made me so happy. That Cybertron scene was a last-minute addition post once deciding it was a reboot. Well, that was the best choice they could have made. But yeah, no, cool. I didn't know that. Cool. And yeah, the thing is with the G1 movie is that I think it is really fun. It's got a verve to it. It's got a vibe. It's objectively, like, in terms of like a narrative and how it portrays its story and how it conveys emotion, terrible. Like, it breaks basically every rule that you should do to make a good movie. But it's just kind of silly and fun in a way that and it's just. Every line is so instantly quotable. You know, excuse me, this is bad comedy. You know, it's just everything. You can, like, one shall stand, one shall fall. It's just every part of it just makes you want to quote it. It's like, there's something about it. Maybe it's my age, but, you know, it just reaches deep down inside me and grabs grabs me by my nostalgias in a way that I'm totally okay with. It did also have Robert Stack playing Ultra Magnus, yes. And, of course, fucking Orson Welles as Unicron. And Leonard Nimoy as Galvatron, which is quite cool. But, yeah. First live action movie did a really good job of selling the awe of Transformers, but they never bothered with that again. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the thing that I found really kind of like frustrating as it went on is that the Transformers are just kind of there and they're just dicks to each other the whole time. Like, they don't, like, them being big really doesn't matter. Like, them being Transformers barely matters. Like, they're just big assholes. And, like, it's just, fucking, it just sucks. Like, I don't like it. Like, one of the things that's nice about the G1 cartoon, especially the first 2 seasons of it, is that Optimus is just, like, their dad. He's just kind of kindly and nice, and he's just such a bastard in the movies, like, half the time. And he's the nicest, one of the nicest of the Autobots. The rest of them are always punching each other, or yelling at each other, or swearing at each other, threatening each other, just, ugh. Bit off topic, but I was wondering, do you know any paint thinner that's okay for Rogue Trade plastic minis? Dettol works fine. I've used Dettol. That works fine. Smells a lot, but it'll work fine. There is, I can't remember what it's called. There's a company that's recently put out, I say recently, it was like last year, a paint thinner specifically for models. It's done really well. Yes, Peter Cullen did. He based his performance on his older brother because his brother was like, was in the military and said like, no, like, if you want to do a leader, you don't want to be someone who's like, you don't want to be someone who's shouting all the time or like is angry. You want to be someone who knows when to be soft spoken. You can use brake fluid, yes, but brake fluid has to be disposed of very carefully. You can't just tip that down the drain. It's a right nightmare. Strong enough to be kind, yes, yes. So. Lady TF Media, which uses the Cullen, gets the voice very right, I suppose, especially a series like Prime. Whereas the big leader ones, yeah, he's always running around just doing big, bombastic kind of speeches. Actually, there is one thing which I find really interesting, which is that so Optimus has been voiced by Peter Cullen a lot, a bunch by Gary Chalk and a bunch by some other people, but everyone is always doing an imitation of Peter Cullen's voice, which means that whenever it's not Peter Cullen, it always just sounds a bit off. Like, it was fine for Optimus Primal, but Gary Chalk's Peter Cullen impersonation always sounds weird when he's doing Optimus. But I think that's because there's so little variation in how he speaks. The only times that they really vary it is like animated, where he sounds completely different, but that's like fine, because he's just a different take on the character, and I don't mind it, it's just totally fine. Whereas in something like Power of the Primes, the Prime Wars trilogy, or the Netflix show, I'm just always aware that he's not quite Peter Cullen. So I kind of feel like they should just let people do their own performance with him. Like, they do that with Megatron. Like, even Frank Welker has done G1 Megatron does not sound like Prime Megatron. Like, he does multiple takes on the Megatron thing. And so there's a bit more variation. So, like, it never, like, when Megatron shows up with, like, a wildly different voice, like in Cyberverse, it's not jarring. Whereas it always is a little jarring when Peter Cullen isn't doing the Optimus voice. Like, Chalk is probably the best at, like, being a not Cullen, but I definitely do prefer him as Primal, where he's close enough, but not quite, and that's fine because he's not the same character. Like, it's not even it's different, so it's wrong thing. But it's just yeah, I think it's because they've been so consistent that they should probably actually do a couple of more primes that are very different. Do you want to know why they aren't using Cullen for TV at the moment? Because they don't want to hire union voice actors. Wow, actually, fuck Hasbro then. They are quite different Optimuses through the Netflix. He's still the guy doing it is still doing it. Well, I mean, he's doing an imitation of Peter Cullen, a quite bad one. Cullen has come out and said, "Be happy to keep voicing Prime because he just enjoys doing it." That's cool. I always like that when an actor just enjoys doing the role. I've heard what's his name, the guy that does Grimlock's voice. I've heard he just like enjoys the character as well. I agree, but there has been, in terms of writing, they've done Optimus Prime has been portrayed quite differently, even when he's been like in different shows. Like, he's portrayed quite differently in different things, even when Cullen is voicing him. I was talking about the voice performance more than anything else. Prime being different in different shows is fine. Again, like animated is voiced completely differently, has a completely different backstory, just is different, but like he works really well. And Cyberverse does have an incredible Grimlock. I really enjoyed Cyberverse. Like, it's obviously meant for like a younger audience than like a lot of the shows, but like War for Cybertron was so fucking grim and so like plodding, and then you got and then Cyberverse is just fun. It's just upbeat. Oh. Just a new a new thing started playing. Okay, I'll put that down. It's got speaking in it, and I have trouble like speaking over when I've got someone like talking in my ear. It throws me off. But yeah, no. I only wish. The only thing I really wish was that Cyberverse had a better toy line, because they're designed to be a lot more. They're more kid friendly. Like they're not meant for adult collectors as much. Because I'd love to get like a decent Grimlock from Cyberverse, because he's really fun. A decent Clobber, because Clobber's a lot of fun. A Macadam, that'd be nice. A nice Macadam. But they're all just so basic, and like I'm not interested in them. It's a bit like I know there is like one that's all right, or looks all right, but it's hard to tell. Like Prime has kind of a similar thing where some of its toys are good, but some of them look a bit cheap. Like, I really like the Ratchet from Prime, because it's Jeffrey Combs. He's just a grumpy old Jeffrey Combs. I like that. But yeah, the version of him just doesn't look great. Although I think that might be because like white plastic often doesn't photograph well. It often looks a bit cheap, so the ones I've seen don't look great. I'd like to see one in person. But yeah, it's just a lot of the lines, like Robots in Disguise as well. The second one, are very basic. Like, they're designed for littler kids. I'm like, me as grown ass adult collecting children's toys. Like, I'm gonna want the ones that are a bit more complex, you know. When we made toys as a kid, was well metal components, so they were less likely to break. I mean, I will say G1 Transformers broke all the goddamn time, and some of those had metal components. Not all of them, but they had metal bits in them. Some of them did. GoBots, full of metal parts. Have fun finding a decent one on eBay. They're always a bit broken and wrecked to shit. But I was just about to say, Promby, actually, when you were saying that yours were, all plastic, I was assuming it'd be the Unicron trilogy stuff, which were always just really big and bulky, like just real chunky toys. Like, they were a sort of throwback to the more simple era of like G1 and G2, but big, compared to like the fiddly Beast Wars stuff. And I get why they did that, and I think like the modern like generation stuff, so like the War for Cybertron, your Prime Wars stuff, I think they strike a good balance between the fiddly and the chunky. So they're kind of like, as an adult, they're still like satisfying to like transform and stuff, and they look good in their modes, but also they're not like masterpieces or third party stuff where it takes you like half an hour to transform them. I think they manage a good balance in general. By the way, are people looking forward to Legacy? I just want the skids. I'll be honest. I just want the skids. Had to sell almost all of my G1. Oh, sorry to hear that. I wish I hadn't got rid of mine. because I got rid of them many years ago. Many years ago. I had a fucking Thunderclash. I mean, I assume wherever my Thunderclash is nowadays, he is disintegrated because a lot of his key components are made of gold plastic. But I wish I'd kept my Thunderclash. I wish they did a modern Thunderclash that was good, and not the kind of the repaint they did. I don't want a third-party one. I just want a good modern Thunderclash. I want the big pink windows. It'd be really good. Is it Rotor Storm as well? It was from the same kind of line with like big pink windows. I had oh fuck, what's he called? His name's fallen out of my head. He's the central part of the Bruticus. Fuck, what's his name? Someone will tell me in a second. Onslaught. I remembered that like a second before you got there. Although you remembered it quicker because of Twitch delay. So, but yeah, I had Onslaught. Who else I had? I had 2 of the Rescue Force. I should probably be showing these on screen. Like that would be sensible, wouldn't it? Here we go, because I was looking at that. Rather than just letting you just look at a background whilst I'm talking. Yeah, so the rest... I had this one, who I didn't know the name of at the time. And this one on the end, the Digger. They're just called, like, Rescue Force and Rescue Force 3. And I did not realise they were part of a combiner, because they're supposed to combine together. And originally, they would have turned into... that's mixing parts, that is. But basically, the original run of them was part of a Japanese line, and they were the part of the Breast Force, if I remember correctly. And they all kind of connect together to make a combiner, which is Leo Kaiser, I think. Is it Leo Kaiser? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. They make this handsome chap. But in Europe, they only released 4 parts of him. So you could make half of a combiner. It didn't have the head, and it didn't have the arms. It's weird, but that's the thing that happened. But yeah, I had those. I'm trying to think what else I had. I had fuck. Oh, also for people that haven't seen, there's Thunderclash. He's very cool. He's very 90s. He's like a late G1 thing. And yes, the gold will detonate because yeah, as Primeby said earlier, like I assume a lot of people here know, but the gold plastic they used in this era, the mix was a bit weird, and so it just disintegrates over time, like becomes really brittle. And will just like collapse. There's like things of like people having them inside, like inside container, like in the box, and they've just disintegrated inside the box. And these cannon parts have a spring inside them, so it's gold plastic kept under pressure. There is no way like mine is still alive. He's definitely exploded by now. But oh, wait a minute. Is that? Who is that? Because obviously it's from the IDW stuff. Is it first aid? Okay. That's a design. Just because their knockoff Red Cross is just like our little you can see it down here, our little D-pad icon. I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, no, Thunderclash is cool. But yeah, yeah, Transformers. I like them. They make me happy. Yeah, I've heard Thunderclash is good in more than meets the eye. I've heard he's a lot of fun. Isn't he like a braggadocious kind of like big hero character? But yeah, I was going to look at the because yeah, I had Onslaught and I had Brawl. Brawl's the tank, right? That one. Yeah, there we go. That's I had him and him. I'd kind of like to get a G1 Swindle because Swindle's great, but Brawl is tank. Yeah, cool. That's the thing. I'm not too like in general. I'm okay with remembering names of Transformers, except combiner teams that usually only appear as a full unit. So like I remember Swindle because he has solo stuff he does, whereas the rest of the Combaticons I don't really remember. I only really remember like Motormaster from the Stunticons because his name is funny. And don't even ask me to fucking remember the aerial bots. It's like Silver Ball Firefight? The rest of them. But yeah, so I don't tend to remember a lot of those kind of ones, but yeah. Still have the entire Combaticon team. Oh, nice. It was weird because I didn't know like how they worked or anything. So I had Onslaught and I had Brawl, and I could connect them together, and I had all the bits to make Bruticus, but I didn't have the other three dudes, so I couldn't make him. Don't worry, aerial bots are the most forgettable. That's true. I can I remember more of the Seacons? Like there's Nautilator. No, I can't remember any more of the Seacons, apparently. Okay, so I guess they're more memorable than the one I've never seen anything that's got them in. But yeah, yeah. Any questions anyone has before I wrap up? Because I've just been talking Transformers for the last 40 minutes for no reason, and I'm so grateful that like 30 of you have stuck around to hear me just waffling about this shit. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Yes, good. The Basics by Chris McFeely, isn't it? Now I'm like, I'm not going to watch his video. I just want to remember his... Yeah, Chris. It is Chris. I just wanted to remember his name. Because I'm bad. I have this horrible habit of forgetting first names. But yeah. Yeah, The Basics is a really good series if you just kind of want to go over it. Because the thing with like this stuff is there are so many different iterations. And it's so hard to keep them all in your head. Nor should you try to. It doesn't matter. And Transformers kind of knows it doesn't matter. It has a kind of very hazy approach to its canon, and I kind of appreciate that after, you know, the super serious, everything is canon and nothing is canon of 40k, whereas Transformers is like, this is canon in some places, but might not be, and who knows where the Constructicons came from. Like, take your pick of their origin stories. But, there's a couple of dozen cannons, and that's fine with me. Yeah, exactly. You can pick the ones you like. And sometimes things are canon, sometimes in the same series, and sometimes not. Like, 2015 Robots in Disguise is supposed to be a sequel series to Transformers Prime, but there's about 15 reasons why they don't ever feel like they belong in the same canon. But this is just how it goes. Just turn that off. But yeah. Transformers is the same deal as Gundam with all the different canons. I will say it is different to Gundam in that Transformers is much more accessible. Gundam is wildly unfriendly to a new viewer. That is just so awkward to get. Whereas at least Transformers like has enough shared stuff between it that you can be dropped into basically any canon and kind of understand what's going on. Whereas Gundam is very, what the fuck is going on here? But it also has just beautiful model kits, and you don't have to know anything about the series to like the fancy robots, so it doesn't really matter. Like the only bit of Gundam I really understand is like original Mobile Suit Gundam, and everything after that is very hazy for me. Toy Boy's contradicting stuff, that's its own continuity. Exactly, Ryan V. It's great. Like, there's like some characters have multiple different versions of their original bios. Like, cool. But anyway, I should get off. I have really enjoyed just talking Transformers with you folks, though. I'll fucking do this again. I'll figure out. I will figure out a way of doing a coherent, structured talk about Transformers at some point. I hope you have enjoyed this. Hobby's live now. Okay, cool. Yes, we shall raid the hobby. But yeah, I hope you are all doing good. And I hope that you all go over to Hobby's stream. Let me hit the thing. Boom. We've talked about Transformers for almost 2.5 hours, and I could talk for another 5. This is just my thing now. And I'm really enjoying it. So yeah. Yeah. Thanks everybody. Say hi to Hobby from me, and I hope you all have a good rest of your evening. Goodbye.
Redeeming some channel points.